Here's to the lady, here's a toast to the lady, to all that the ladies mean to me. Like a heart in the winter, a breeze in the summer, they're all of the nice things I see. It can be quite alarming, their charms are so charming, and soon arm in arm we'll be. So tip your bowlers, your Katie's, bow with me to the lake, to all that the ladies mean to me.
The Frank Sinatra Timex Show, brought to you by Timex, the world's largest manufacturer of watches. Timex watches take a licking and keep on ticking. That's the reason more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world. Tonight presents To the Ladies with Miss Lena Horne, Miss Mary Costa, Miss Juliet Prowse, Miss Barbara Heller, and Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt.
To all the maidens and damsels, to the Fräuleins and mamsels, wherever they happen to be, meet the wonderfully talented ladies with me. Thank you and good evening. And if you've been paying attention, you've gathered that the theme of tonight's show is a tribute to the ladies. And I'd like to congratulate the genius who came up with the idea of surrounding me with 35 beautifully talented women. 35 to 1, and I don't care what game you're playing, those are pretty crazy odds. And now to start the proceedings, may I introduce the first of our ladies, our choice for the Comedian of the Year, Miss Barbara Heller. You know, Barbara, it's a very interesting gown you're wearing.
Oh, do you like it?
Well, this side of it is nice. When you turn around and show us the front of it?
This is the front of it.
I should have known that. There's a zipper on the back, isn't there?
Frank, you want to start with the skinny joke?
No, I won't start with it.
You know I was a model.
You were?
Yes.
What did you model?
Hose.
Oh, you mean women's hose?
Garden hose.
Garden hose. No, we won't have any skinny jokes. That's not why you're on the show, you know.
Oh, you want me to sing?
No, that's why we hired Lena Horne.
Oh.
She's the most beautifully exciting singer this year or any other year.
Yes. Well, you just want me to dance?
Dance. Well, we can't forget Juliet Prowse.
I can, but you're not likely to.
That's true. And, of course, there's Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt.
Well, I do a great Eleanor Roosevelt.
You do?
Yes,
Wait, hold it. Wait a minute.
Ooh.
Nope, never mind.
No.
Forget it. Mrs. Roosevelt is here on the show.
Oh.
Besides, I just want you to be yourself.
Do you? Well, now, let me ask you this. Who is the real I?
Good question. Very good question.
And after after all, darling, I know why you want me on this show. It's because you couldn't get, what is her name? Gina, what is it?
Well, you're half right, yes. I just noticed when I stand next to you, we phone the number 11, don't we? There we are. We've got a couple of surfboards.
Kiss me. Well, you'll have to excuse me now because I have to get ready for my ballet number.
Ballet number?
Well, it's ballet, yes, ballet. After all, this number is going to gas you, Frank. Excuse me just a moment.
Well, gas may be the easy way out. I've got you under my skin. I've got you deep in the heart of me. So deep in my heart that you're really a part of me. I've got you under my skin. I've tried not to give in. I've said to myself, this affair never will go so well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know so well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything, come what might, for the sake having you near, in spite of a warning voice comes in the night and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, you fool, you never can win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. And each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop before I begin. Because I've got you under my skin, you dirty brat. Yes, I've got you under my skin.
Ladies and gentlemen, a good evening to you. This is John Cameron Swayze. Tonight I want to present the new waterproof Timex Marlin. Here is the one waterproof watch that has just about everything. Now just look at the slimness there, the smartness of its lines. But there's more. The Timex Marlin is really shock resistant and waterproof, as we're going to prove to you. And it's also permanently protected against damaging dust and dirt because of its new hermetically sealed one-piece case. This case, constructed without gaskets or cement, is the type found in the most expensive waterproof watches. But the Timex Marlin can be yours for as little as $9.95. Isn't it amazing? Only $9.95. Well, now let's see how this new Timex Marlin stands up under our famous agitator test. You remember this machine? Here we go. That machine in this live demonstration is agitating at 1,300 vibrations a minute. Now, of course, you wouldn't dream of giving a conventional watch such a beating. The Timex can and does take such a beating because it has the exclusive reconic movement. Can I stop it now? You can also see, of course, what we mean when we say that Timex is really waterproof after that. Now, let's see how the new Timex Marlin came through this test. I get the first peek, but it's still running perfectly, as you can see for yourself. Because Timex takes a licking and keeps on ticking like no other watch built. Remember, you can tell immediately it's a Timex waterproof because it says waterproof right on the dial and also over here on the back of the case. Yes, the new Timex Marlin has just about everything. It's waterproof, shock-resistant, anti-magnetic, has an unbreakable mainspring, and an unbeatable price. Anyone can own or give this great Timex watch for as little as $9.95. Now for the youngsters, we recommend the Timex Sportster. It, too, is waterproof and shock-resistant. But as you can see, it's styled with a smaller case, and it's also priced for as little as $9.95. Is it any wonder, then, that more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world?
Just a few years ago, a beautiful young actress was riding the crest of a very promising career in television. And then one day, Jack Benny heard her vocalizing and was so impressed that he urged her to have a go at a singing career. And right then and there, television lost a mighty good actress. And then what happened, you might ask? Well, if you'll wait a second, you'll find out. Because shortly after an auspicious debut with the San Francisco Opera, she was voted Woman of the Year in the music world by the Los Angeles Times. And when you hear her sing Bizet's Ouvre ton coeur, you'll understand why. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Miss Mary Costa.
Danube flow along, and the Slater Strauss keep the wine and give me song. Oh, by Strauss, Oh, by Joe, by gee, my Prowse is the thing. So I say to ha-cha-cha, around, oh, by
late this morning, the future had no charm. I noticed my alarm clock wasn't wound. The doorbell and the phone were disconnected, and people I expected weren't around. So I said to myself, there's a reason a song doesn't sing by itself. A bell doesn't ring by itself. Ring the bell, it's a glorious sound. People gather around and start to cheer, and the cheers start to swell. Don't hide your head in the chalk, just get up and haul off and ring the bell. Dreams that dwell in the back of your eyes, they'll materialize if you get up and get out of your shell. You can't depend upon fate for your height or your weight to ring the bell. There's a grindstone for your nose, there's a treetop for your toes. Don't stay home and decompose. Just get out, get going, where go, get a go. Who can tell if you've missed what you feel? If you're down on the heels, put on a well-to-do look, you do well. When it's a crime to get up, that's the time to get up and ring the bell. And in life I always say, don't do anything halfway. There's a time for work and play. Don't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. Well, it's a crime to get up. That's the time to get up. You've got the time to get up and ring the bell.
You know, we did have an introduction for Lena Horne, but having an introduction for Lena is like introducing Perry Como to Milltowns. That face and that voice are all the introduction Lena Horne ever needs from anybody. Bravo, Lena. Comes now the dance. I can't tell you how many letters we received after our last show asking us to stay off the air. No, that's not right. No, I mean asking the same question, who was that dancer with a French name? To which the answer is Juliet Prowse. Actually, your response to Juliet's appearance was so favorable that we've asked her to be on the show again. Not only to look beautiful, but more immediately to dance. Juliet, come dance with us.
Do the cha-cha-cha.
Who the cha-cha-cha?
You the cha-cha-cha.
Me the cha-cha-cha?
Let's all cha-cha.
It's a ball cha-cha.
Xavier may complain.
I'm no Abby Lane. I lost my head when Arthur Murray said, you're dead.
Without the cha-cha-cha.
So sign up. The first cha-cha-cha is free.
Do the magic step, now follow me. 1, 2, 3. Come on, let's.
Cha-cha-cha.
Come on, let's.
Cha-cha-cha.
Come on, and cha-cha-cha with me.
ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the new 1960 Timex self-wind, the completely automatic watch that winds itself. Now, there are ordinary watches that you must wind and wind and wind. Not only once, but sometimes twice a day to keep them running. The Timex self-wind, however, winds itself and keeps wound by the natural movements of your wrist. And these movements build up enough reserve power during the day to keep your Timex self-wind ticking accurately, even when you take it off your wrist at night. You can especially appreciate the advantages of a Timex self-wind if you've ever had your watch run down because you forgot to wind it. And if you are a busy person, you know how annoying and even inconvenient that can be. For instance, have you ever looked at your watch when it read 11:45 and looked at it again 15 minutes later to find that it still read 11:45? This can never, ever happen to a Timex self-wind because it winds itself. Now, what do you think a Timex self-wind with all its fine qualities should cost? $50 or more? No, the amazing thing is that the Timex self-wind is priced at only $14.95. Yes, Timex is the timepiece that has everything you ever wanted in a watch. It's waterproof, shock-resistant, anti-magnetic, and it winds itself. And its unbreakable mainspring can never be overwhelmed. Yet this handsomely designed Timex self-wind is priced at only $14.95. Another great reason why more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world.
The only difference is the name. If you're alone, whether on Main Street or on Broadway, if you're alone, they are both the same. A town's a lonely town when you pass through, and there is no lonely town. You wander up and down, the crowds rush by, a million faces before your eyes. Still, it's a lonely town unless there's love, a love that's shining like a harbor light. You're lost in the night unless there's love. The world's an empty place, and every town's a lonely town.
love is? Does it start in the mind or the heart? When I hear discussions on what love is, everybody speaks a different part. Love is funny, or it's sad, or it's quiet, or it's mad. It's a good thing, or it's bad, but beautiful. Beautiful to take a chance, and if you fall, you fall. And I'm thinking I wouldn't mind at all. Love is cheerful, or it's gay. It's a problem, or it's play. It's a heartache either way, but beautiful. And I'm thinking, if you were mine, I'd never let you go. And that would be but beautiful. I know. Now that we are close, no more nights morose. Now that we are one, the begin has just begun. Now that we're side by side, the future looks so gay. Now we are alibied when we say, from this moment on, you for me, babe, only two for tea, babe. From this moment on, from this lucky day, no more new songs, only hoop-de-doo songs. From this moment on, for you got the love I need so much. Got the skin I love to touch. Got the arms to hold me tight. Got the sweet lips to kiss me goodnight. From this moment on, you and I, babe, we'll be riding high, babe. Every care is gone. From this moment on, I love to touch. Got the arms to hold me tight. You've got the sweet lips to kiss me and kiss me and kiss me and kiss me. And from this moment on, you and I, babe, we'll be riding high, babe. Every care is gone. From this moment,
That's too much, Lena.
Oh, thank you, Frank.
You know, whenever you work, I get a feeling that you're singing right to me.
Well, on any other day, Frank, I might have been singing right to you.
Well, what's so special about today?
Well, today is Harold Arlen's birthday, and it couldn't be more important to me than if it were mine.
I understand your partiality because his songs all sound as if they were written for you, you know.
Well, Frank, that's about the nicest compliment I could be paid, but I think a couple of them sound like they might have been written for you.
Come to think of it, there might be big holes in both our record collections if there weren't any Harold Arlen songs. And Harold, if you're listening, and the singing telegram people don't mind, a couple of non-members muscling in, happy birthday to you.
Let me start the message with something that you might get a kick out of, Harold. I don't know how old you are today, but you really gave me a thrill the day that you walked into the Cotton Club and you gave me a present, one of my first Harold Arlen songs. Maybe I can't live to love you long as I want to. Life isn't long enough, baby, but I can love you as long as I live. Maybe you can't buy me diamonds and things like you want to, but you can promise me, baby, you're gonna want to as long as you live.
It's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yup, it's a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me.
It's 3:15. There's no one in the place except you and me. So, set 'em up, Joe. I've got a little story you ought to know. We're drinking, my friend, to the end of a brief episode, so make it one for my baby and one more for the road.
You got an accentuate the net positive, he lives, mine ain't the negative. Latch on to the affirmative and don't mess with Mr. In Between.
Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my man and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time.
Forget your troubles and just get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Sing hallelujah, come on, get happy. You get ready for the judgment day.
I don't want you, but I hate to lose you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea.
I forgive you because I can't forget you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea.
I ought to cross you off my list, but when you come knocking on my door,
Fate seems to give my heart a twist and I come hopping back for more.
I should hate you,
But I guess I love you.
you've got me
In between the devil took one look at you. That's all I meant to do. And then my heart stood still. My feet could step and walk. My lips could move and talk. And yet my heart stood still. Though not a single word was spoken, I could tell you knew that unfelt clasp of hands told me so well you knew. I never lived at all until the thrill of that moment when my heart stood still. Though not a single word was spoken, I could tell you knew that unfelt clasp of hands told me very well you knew. I never lived at all until the thrill of that moment when my heart stood still.
Afraid of love. I'm so afraid of love. I'll always be afraid of love as long as I'm afraid of love. Afraid
till I'm no longer afraid of love. I'll be afraid of love. But someday I won't be afraid of a game of golf. I may make a play for the caddy, but when I do, I don't follow through, 'cause my heart belongs to Daddy. If I invite a guy some night to dine on my fine Finnan Hattie, I just adore his asking for more, but my heart belongs to Daddy. Yes, my heart belongs to Daddy, so I simply couldn't be bad. Yes, my heart belongs to Daddy, Dad. So I want you, laddie, though I know you're perfectly swell, that my heart belongs to Daddy, 'cause my daddy, he treats it so
As you know, this show is dedicated to the ladies. And it is for every lady that Timex has created this beautiful Timex Ladies Waterproof. Because for all its lovely feminine lines, this Timex watch is made to withstand the toughest kind of treatment you may give it in everyday wear. We have a live demonstration to prove it to you. Now, I'm going to attach this Timex Ladies Waterproof inside this KitchenAid automatic dishwasher. Then I'll put up the door so water won't go in your living room. Put in this gimmick so it'll run. Here we go. Look at those powerful jets of water hit that watch. You can see it swinging in there. Actually, there are 45 gallons of water churning around in that machine every minute, so you can imagine the beating that it's getting. Well, let's see how our ladies' waterproof took that beating. Now, I have here a super sensitive microphone that will amplify the normally light ticking of this watch so you can hear it running. Is it coming through? Yes, I'm told you can hear it, so you know it's still ticking. The lovely Timex Ladies Waterproof watches can certainly take a licking and keep on ticking. And I want to repeat, this is a live demonstration. Now, here's another remarkable thing about this Timex Ladies Waterproof. Its price. For with all its classic style and beautifully sculptured lines, the Timex Ladies Waterproof is priced at only $15. And you may choose these other beautiful watches from the Timex Ladies collection. There is the tonneau watch with its delicate feminine lines and handsome cord strap, priced at $15. And then there is the beautiful bangle bracelet with its gleaming tones. It's priced at only $16.95. 3 perfect reasons why more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world.
From the songs of the heart to Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt is a simple segue. As you no doubt are aware, there is a Gallup poll taken every year to select the 10 most admired women in the world. This year, for the 11th consecutive time, the name at the top of that list is that of a lady whose friendship I treasure very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the most admired woman of our time, Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt. Good evening, Mrs. Roosevelt.
Good evening, Mr. Sinatra.
Why don't you call me Frank?
Well, you see, I'm a little old-fashioned. It seems more natural for me to say Mr. Sinatra.
Well, if it pleases you, it's all right. Now, are you comfortable?
Yes, except for one thing.
Something wrong?
Well, there's nothing wrong, really. But after seeing Miss Horne, Miss Costa, Miss Prowse, Miss Heller perform so beautifully, well, I hope you realize that I'm not a singer by any stretch of the imagination.
I know that.
And I certainly can't dance.
I know that too, Mrs. Roosevelt. But as you mentioned, we have singers and dancers.
Well, then, what on earth did you think I could do that would be entertaining?
Just what you're doing now.
I don't quite understand you. You mean this is it?
Yep.
Oh, Mr. Sinatra, are you feeling well?
Yes, I'm weller than you might think.
But you can't call this entertainment.
Well, you call it what you will. All I know is that any room is a better place for having had you in it.
You should try for the diplomatic corps. Now come, Frank. There must be something I can contribute to the evening.
All right, let me see. Mrs. Roosevelt, you are a woman who has traveled more extensively than anyone we know. And I'm sure that you've been face to face with troubled people in every corner of the globe. Isn't that so?
Yes, I suppose so. That's because my interest in people and the dignity of the individual seems more important to me than material things.
No question. Now then, if you had 1 minute to leave one word with, say, 25 million people, what would that word be?
That one word would be hope.
Just hope?
Yes, it's the most neglected word in our language.
Well, in this country at least. And maybe that's because the reality of our way of life is more than less fortunate people's dare to hope for.
Yes, I find that the more needy people are, the more they live. on hope. Yet without hope, there can be no solution to any of mankind's troubles. I think you put it so nicely in that song.
You mean High Hopes? Why, that's a song for children.
Well, maybe we grown-ups would do well sometimes to think as simply and directly as children. You know, I read a great deal to children and love it. Let's see. How do those words go?
Well, it begins by saying, the next time you're found...
Oh, next time you're found with your chin on the ground, there's a lot to be learned, so look around. Once there was a silly old aunt, thought he'd move a rubber tree plant. Anyone knows an aunt can't move a rubber tree plant. But he had high hopes, high apple pie in the sky hopes. So any time you're getting low, instead of letting go, just remember that aunt. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant. So keep your high hopes, those high apple pie in the sky hopes. A problem's just a toy balloon. They'll be bursting soon. They're just bound to go pop. Whoops, there goes another problem. Kerplop. Another problem. Kerplop.
Said hello to the ladies, did our show to the ladies. So gentlemen, wherever you may be, toast the wonderfully talented ladies with me. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I was enchanted with these lovely ladies, and I hope you were too. I thank you for them and for me, and good night.
Sinatra Timex Show, directed by Richard Dunlap, written by John Bradford, produced by Sammy Kahn and James Van Houten, has been brought to you by Timex, the world's largest manufacturer of watches. Timex watches take a licking and keep on ticking. That's the reason more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world. Hobart production. Frank Sinatra and Juliet Prowse are soon to be seen in the 20th Century Fox production Can-Can. We wish to thank the sponsors of Adventures in Paradise for relinquishing their time this evening.